And welcome here to our match of the round for the ladies, and this is round 7. Today we've got Western under 14 silver action with the Greystane Devils taking on Cabramatta. The Devils already out on the field, and one new player to add to the Greystanes team is Skylar Stevens. Now she'll wear 13. She's also wearing an aqua headgear. So we're just seeing the toss take place at the moment. Keely Bales out there for Greystanes, and Shanessa Johnson for Cabramatta. It's been a pretty quick turnaround after the boys' game just finished. Normally our match of the round kicking off at 2 o'clock, but due to a few changes, we're on at 20 past 2 as the Cabramatta girls come out onto the field. So we're here at Darling Street Park for this under 14 silver game, and over the next couple of weeks we've got the under 14s matches, and then as we get later on into the season, we push towards the under-16s and also the under-18s. Now, important news for Cabramatta. Joy Iakopo in the 13. She's got a pink tape on her knee. They were awaiting a transfer for her to come through as of half an hour before the game. But that has obviously come through as the girls are giving everyone a wave. And Joy, looks like that transfer's come through, that clearance, because she is out there on the field, and there was some concern that she wouldn't be ready to go. So Joy taking her spot in the Cabramatta team, as the ground manager has all the officials out there, and also Shanessa and Keely. Trainers all shake hands, referees coming out to the middle. And we're not too far away from kick-off. So it's been a bit of a differing seasons for these two sides. Cabramatta coming off 3 wins and a loss, and for Greystanes just the 1 win and 4 losses. These sides did meet back in round 4, and it was a pretty big win to Cabramatta. They won 38-6. And Bernice Carlolo, she got amongst the tries. She scored 3 for Cabramatta on that occasion. She wears jersey 2. So we'll keep an eye out for her. And also Shanessa Johnson was a try scorer. Piper Rose Lawson scored, and so too did Tamia Watson-Ev. She wears jersey 7. A couple of the girls look very, very similar for Cabramatta. Nata Stone wearing jersey 1, and also Tamia Watson-Ev. They've both got very long ponytails down over their number. And the only pickup difference is that Cora wears a white ribbon in her hair. She's wearing jersey 1, but very hard to pick up with the hair up down past the number. So, Cabramatta's going to kick off. And looks as though Tafina Tortor is going to kick off for Cabramatta. And a good strike too, as we go down deep. And taking the first hit up is Jessica Laidlaw, and she's up to the 30. Keely Bale into dummy half. She gets the ball out to Danny Sherry, and she's pushing up towards the 40 on tackle 2. Bale's going to come wider towards the centre of the field, and this time Leah Tulungi getting up towards halfway before she's tackled. So they come a couple of passes off the ruck and find Danica Brett, and she's hammered by Shanessa Johnson. Wow, what a hit. They go again through Pia Carla, and she's up towards the 40 on last tackle. What have they got? They've got a big line set to the left, and that's where they're going. A couple of passes off the ruck. They get it out even wider, and out there is Jessica Laidlaw, but she's going to be tackled, so it's going to be a handover. Cabramatta handled that set of 6 pretty comfortably. Now let's see what they can do with the ball. As straight away we see a good strong run from Marina Nanai, and she's up over halfway before she's brought down on tackle 1. So Kiana Manua will play acting half for Cabramatta, and they get the ball out to Abigail Tulapapa. She got the ball away, and Kiana was able to come up with it. They throw the ball back on the inside to Gisela Archer, and she breaks the first line of defence. She's up to the 30 before they finally pull her down. Manure at dummy half. She comes to the left. She's got numbers. Acting to go one way and go the other, and they get the ball out to Shanessa Johnson, and she's down the sideline, and she's going to score. She's going to try and improve the position. Referee keeping a very close eye on that touch in goal line. A little bit of a push and shove with Emily Keane, but in the end, Shanessa gets over and opens the scoring. The skipper for the Cabramatta team, and an early try for Cabramatta. They just shifted the ball to the left. They had the numbers, and then Shanessa Johnson was just able to skirt that sideline and then improve the position. A try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. So 4-0 in the early stages to Cabra. And Francis Tapanatortor is going to do the kicking. So was able to improve the position to 20 metres in from touch. Pretty good effort from Johnson, because she was going over in the corner and she got very close to that touch in goal, the dead ball line, but let's see what Francis can do. She's hit that one nicely. She adds the extras. So it's 6-0 in the early stages to Cabramatta. Greystanes looked good in the early stages with the ball, although it does look like Danica Brett, who got absolutely pummeled in that opening set. She might be leaving the field. So that big strong hit from the try scorer, in fact, Shanessa, rocked Danica, and it looks like there's been a bit of a shift with Alexandra Lloyd hitting out to the left-hand side. And Emily Keane's going to get us back underway. Got the ball placed on halfway. Looks to be a bit of a hole there if she can drop it 20 metres deep, but it goes further than that. And getting back there is Watson Ev, and she throws the ball away. Referee's going to say indiscretion, so change over. And here we go. Greystanes are going to get the chance. And first up, Pia Carla is going to play it to Bale. And first hit up will be Leah Talangi, and she hits the defence, bounces away and not able to slip the pass. Bale again goes out to Laidlaw, and she's got support on the outside in Leo Comba, and she's got some support. She's still going, in fact. She's going to score. Nikita Leo Combia in the corner. Just kept showing the ball left and right, and the Cabramatta defence fell for it, and Nikita's been able to score. So quick reply from the Devils after giving up an early try at 6-4. That try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. A couple of passes off the ruck. Nikita just kept pushing towards that far touch line and was able to score in the corner. So pretty tough kick here for Emily Keane. And she's taken it back 20 metres. She's right on that touch line. So We might see some attacking football this afternoon. Both sides looking very good with the football. Emily moves in. She's hit that all right. It's just going to fall short. And waved away. So 6-4 in favour of Cabramatta in the early stages. Both sides taking full advantage of errors and scoring points. Makita heading back. She was pretty happy with that effort. Got both knees taped, heavily taped, with the purple taping. And Tafina Tortor brings the ball back to halfway. She's going to kick the ball down 20 metres. Bounces away. Chance for Cabramatta to recover, and they do. And Ciafali has been pushed into touch. Well, Elizabeth Ciafali done the good work from the kickoff and picked it up, but some strong defence from the Greystanes Devils has pushed Cabramatta into touch. So a chance now for the Greystanes team to have another chance as Bale, a dummy half. Referee says knock on. She did look to pull the ball back towards her own try line, but the referee says no, knock on. And Cabramatta with another chance. And straight away, Archer will play it to Manua. She's got Tafina Tortor, who steps back off that right foot. She's through the first line of defence, and she's brought down just outside the 20. Manua gets it out to Watson-Ev, who's got Johnson again. Johnson trying to stay away from that sideline. 4 girls in there to tackle. Kiana gets it out to Watson-Ev. Back on the inside to Tuitama. And she's not given too much room to wind up. She's tackled inside the 20. Slow play the ball. Manua gets it out to Watson-Ev. One pass further off the ruck is Archer, who busts the first tackle. She's inside the 10. She's brought to ground. She's getting up to play the ball. They've got numbers set. She tries to play it. Manua goes to the right. She's got Watson-Ev. They get it out even wider to Tola Papa. She busts one. She busts two, and she's over. Abigail Tola Papa straight through the middle. And that's going to stretch the lead for Cabramatta. Try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. And they just went one pass off the ruck to Tola Papa, and Abigail slices through and scores. And a pretty comfortable conversion for Tafina Tortor coming up. She's taken it back 15 or 16. And it's Cabramatta leading 10-4. Interesting that whoever gets to get a set of 6 inside the opposition 40 scoring, so this might be a high scoring game. As Tafina Tortor takes that one step back, moves in, strikes it nicely and has converted. So it's 12-4 and 2 tries to 1 in favour of Cabramatta inside this first half game in the female match of the round. It's under 14 silver this week. And as mentioned, we'll see a couple of more under 14 games going forward in the next few weeks. Then we'll progress into the 16s, and as we get later on into the seasons, the under 18s will take centre stage. Don't forget, match of the round for the boys this afternoon is at New Era Stadium. Cabra taking on Guildford. Oh, Shepherd will have all the action. So, Emily Keane gets us back to halfway. And she gets the ball down towards the sideline. But well picked up by Cabramatta. And away. Through one is Larciti. And she's tackled just short of halfway. That's a good return of the football. So they're going to come back towards the centre, and they get it out to the try-scorer, Tola Papa. She tries to slip the ball away and can't. And Greystanes will pick that one up. So here we go. Another side inside the opposition half when they start their 6 as the ball comes out to Piakala. She's met and tackled. Was able to make 5 or 6 metres before hitting the ground. This time it's Skylar Stevens, and Stevens, a good searching run, gets up 10 metres or so. As Bale gets the ball out to Laidlaw, who plays it off her legs and gets the ball out to Leo Combia, and she's stepping off that right foot, trying to get the ball away, but she thought better of it and goes to ground inside the 40. They go to the left to Keane. Keane gives it back on the inside to Piakala, and she's put it down. So Cabramatta are able to withstand that challenge. Gisela Archer heads back to play the ball, and they come out to Watson Ev. This is Tamia. She's got support on the outside, and away again. They throw the ball out to Shanessa Johnson. She picks it up, and she's brought to ground. Still going. Bus 1. She comes to the next line of defence. She beats her 2. She's through another one. Shanessa having a great game. She's already scored 1 try. The captain of Cabramatta. She gets to her feet and plays it. They'll go to the right. And once again, Tamia Watson-Ev gets the ball out. Couple of passes off the ruck. And this is Nanai. Nanai pulled to ground inside the 20. They've caught them short again. They'll play the ball. Come back towards the centre. They've got numbers as Tula Papa looking for a second try. Bumps off 1, bumps off 2, but brought down just short. She's told to play the ball only metres short. Watson Ev. She runs the ball in both hands, gets it out to Archer, goes through her hand, she picks it up again, she pushes away from 1, and she's going to score. Gisela Archer gets try 3 for Cabramatta. Really good play from Tamia Watson-Ev. She ran at the line with the ball in both hands. The defence just stayed away from her, gave her some time. She got the ball out to Gisela Archer, who looked to have made a meal of it, but backed up, picked up the ball, and then was able to push over for a try. And that try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. So 16 points to 4 in favour of Cabramatta, and toughest kick of the day for Tafana Tortor as she brings the ball back towards the 20. And she's only 6 or 7 metres in from touch. So pretty tough kick, this one. But she's hit them very well so far. And just when they make the shift to their left-hand side, Cabramatta, they've got Sia Farley out here and also Shanessa Johnson, and they're having a field day on this left-hand side. It was interesting that the Greystanes team decided to make that shift early after Danica Brett had to leave the field, and Alexandra Lloyd went out to the left, but it's left a hole on their right. So Tafana Tortor again hits it nicely. It's just going to fall short. So 16-4 the score remains, and still first half action here at Darling Street Park with the Devils hosting Cabramatta. So first place 5th on the ladder this game. Cabramatta sit on top of the ladder, and they look set to record a pretty handy victory again this afternoon. So they might stretch their lead on the top of the premiership. Emily Keane's got us back at halfway. Again, there's a little hole in the setup, 20 metres deep, if Emily can land it there. And that's where she's looking. That's going to hit the ground. Now, where will it bounce? It bounces towards Cabramatta, and they're able to pick it up. And Watson Ev is able to do the clean-up work for Cabramatta. And give it out to Archer. And she's pushing up towards the 40 before she's tackled. They're going to go to the right again. And they got numbers out there. That's Tula Papa. She's through the first line of defence. She comes to the fullback. She bumps her away. She's still going, Abigail. She's going to have too much speed for them. She's inside the 20, over the 10. And that's her second try of the afternoon as she runs around in under the sticks. And big celebration, but a great run from Abigail Tula Papa. And try number 2 for her as the score stretches now to 20 points to 4, and you can just about pencil in those 2 points from the conversion as they go in under the sticks. But great run. They went to the short side, and once Abigail got that full head of steam up, bumped off a couple of players through the first line of defence, came to the fullback, too fast for her, and then she just out-sprinted the cover defence to score. So 20 points to 4. That try is brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. And Tafina Tortor will line up another kick. 4th of the afternoon. Directly in front this time. And the trainer in the background just talking to the Greystanes team. When they've had their hands on the ball, they've been quite strong, but Cabramatta just using their dominance as she adds the extras. So 22 points to 4. 4 tries. 2 to Abigail, 1 to Shanessa Johnson, and Gisela Archer scoring the other. And, of course, the 1 try for the Devils came through their fullback, Leo Combia. Nikita getting over for a 4-pointer. So, 22-4. And, again, Emily Keane's going to come over to this short side of the field. They have chocked it up with an extra player, Cabramatta, as the ball falls off the tee. Emily's got us ready to go. Again, still first half action. She tries to punch this one deep. And Watson-Ev is able to field it again. And slips the ball away. Straight away, Cabramatta go on to the attack. 30 metres out from their own line. They're going to come to the short side. And it's Watson-Ev. She sees a hole. She darts back through the middle. She's heading up towards halfway. 5 metres short. And she's tackled. So they're going to get it out to Archer. Archer comes to the first defender. She's knocked off balance and brought to ground just inside Greystanes' half. As they go a couple of passes wider to Tafina Tortor, and she beats the first. She comes through, she decides to come back off the right foot. Great pass. Gets it out to Cora, and she's going to show her speed, and away she races. And Nano Stone in for a try. So, great pass from Tafina Tortor, and it's now 26-4. So, they're having a field day, the Cabramatta girls. Great offload. Francis decided to go for a run herself, was able to bust through, and then Cora was able to be there on her inside. Great pass. And Nano Stone scoring. So 26-4 with a kick to come. A try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. So you wouldn't think she'd need too long over this one. Very similar to the last conversion she had. And this might get out of hand, this game, because there's another 2 points. So it's 28 points to 4. And every time that Cabramatta have had the ball in Greystanes' half, it's been shut the gates. They've been very strong in their attack. Cabramatta, very strong club in the ladies, in the women's. Had that top under 16 side last year in the gold that won, and then went on to win the Battle of the West, and had a number of players in that Lisa Fiola team that won the premiership this year. As again, Cabramatta, rinse and repeat. Ball comes out, and they throw it out to Fatu Paul, and she's tackled just outside the 30. They're going to come to this left-hand side again. Watson-Ev, she's got support. Archer. She goes past one. No, this is Johnson again. Look out. Johnson steps back. She pushes off the fullback. She pushes off another cover defender. She's finally brought to ground inside the 20. And she'll be asked to play it. So Johnson gets up. Might have lost it. Referee didn't see it. Gets it to Watson Ev. She throws the ball back to Carlo Law, who comes looking for some work. She comes to one player, pushes through one. And Bernice Carlo Law goes in the corner. And it's now 32 points to 4. Carlo Law had a great game last time these two sides met. She scored 3 tries, and they have been coming down this left-hand side. So Bernice said, hang on, I'll get myself over there and get myself into the action. And she picks up a try. So a try for Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. 32-4. It's not even half time. They're just not making mistakes with the football. Not giving the Devils any chance to stop this roll that they're on. Doing everything right. Passes are all hitting their mark. Very strong under 14 silver team, this one. So Tafina Tortor lines this one up. And gives it all she can, but it's just going to be short. So 32 points to 4. Six tries so far. So when the score starts to stretch out this far inside the first half, that mercy rule starts to become something we can see off in the distance. There's going to be a change of kicker for the Devils. Pia Carla's going to place this one on the tee. And ball goes to Gisela Archer, who's able to hang on to that one. And she's going to get up and play the ball. Looks as though they're going to go short side where they've had so much success. No, they decide to head back to the middle and get up towards halfway before the tackle's finally made. And that's Paseka. So they come the short side this time. Watson Ev looking for support. She gets the ball out to Fatu Paul. She's tackled 40 metres out from the Cabra line. So they get the ball out to Shanessa Johnson. Here she goes through the teeth of the defence this time, and there's no way through. She's brought to ground 33 metres out. They get the ball out to Carlo Law. She's got support on her outside. Gets it out to Chirawara. No, she's tackled. They're going to go short side again. Carlo Law's got support out there. Taller Papa, look out. Bang. Through one, through two. Still going. She's going to come to the next line of defence. She'll bump her off too. And that's try number 3. Abigail. Big afternoon for her. And it's 36 points to 4 in favour of Cabramatta. She's having the game of her life. Just playing out on that right edge. So that try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. They decided to go the short side again. Kiana Manua having a good game, an acting half, picking the right way to go. And the ball got out to Abigail Tolapapa, and she picked up try number 3. Now, who's going to have a shot at goal? Looks like Tamia might head over and take this shot. So Francis has decided to... She might have even left the field, so they might have had to have come up with a new kicker. That's the problem. So, as you would have heard, the halftime siren is gone. So 36 points to 4 at halftime. This is one-way traffic. Tamia unsuccessful with her shot. So half-time, it's 36 points to 4 in favour of Cabramatta. And it has been an absolute try-fest. Tula Papa has scored 3. Natai Stone has scored 1. Carlo Law has scored 1. Shanessa Johnson has scored 1. And Gisela Archer has scored 1. So that's the 7 tries. There's been 4 from 6 for Tafina Tortor and none from 1 for Tamia Watson-Ev. And 4 Greystanes, Nikita Leo Combia scored in the early stages to make it 6-4. But since then, one-way traffic. 36 points to 4 at half-time in our match of the round, under 14 silver, round 7. With Cabramatta a handy leader over the Greystanes Devils. We'll be back for the second half in just a moment. So back for second half action in our under-14 silver 2025 round 7 match of the round. Cabramatta, big leaders over Greystanes. It's 36-4 at the break. And we've had 7 tries to Cabramatta in the first half and single try to Greystanes. It looked like we were going to have a game early when Greystanes scored once they got their first opportunity down Cabramatta's end, made it 6-4, but then Cabramatta just got on a roll. They weren't making any mistakes, weren't turning the ball over, and Greystanes, the defence on their right-hand side, left-hand side attack for Cabramatta, under a lot of pressure, and a number of tries going through that side of the field. So Emily Keane gets us back underway, and Carlo is able to trap it. Gets the ball away to Paseka. And she rumbles up over the 30 before she's brought to ground. Manua into dummy half, gets it to Bernice. And a couple of passes wider, gets it out to Watson-Ev. She gets it out to Johnson, and look out, Johnson comes past one. Bumps off one, bumps off two, through another, still going, and she's finally asked to play the ball 5 metres into Greystanes territory. They get the ball out to Watson-Ev. She gives the ball out this time. Gisela Archer just running off her right shoulder, and Gisela's tackled pretty close to the 40. She'll take a step forward. No, referee will say take that step back. Manua, acting half, gets the ball out. And finds a rampaging Nanai. She's going to bump through one. And in fact, that might be Fatu Paul, who's tackled inside the 20. She's up and she plays it. They go to the left. Watson-Ev, there's a big gap on this left-hand side. She's not going to need support. She's just going to run in and score. Well, she deserves a try. Tamia Watson-Ev has been playing extremely well for Cabramatta this afternoon. She's copped the pass that came away from the ruck. She's had a quick look up. There was no defenders to be seen, and Tamia's just put the jets on and she's been able to score. So it is now 40 points to 4 in favour of Cabramatta. That try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. So who's going to be our kicker? Looks like Bernice Carlo is going to line this one up. So she puts the ball on the tee. And Bernice unable to add the extras, so it remains 40 points to 4. Wonder whether in junior rugby league whether the scorer should kick, because Greystanes just can't get their hands on the football. They had the kick off there and Cabramatta just rolled over the top. We saw it in the first half as well, with Cabramatta able to control the ball and just march through and score without Greystanes getting their hands on the ball. So back to the centre we come. Emily Keane is going to get us back underway. Nothing's gone right for Greystanes since Danica Brett left the field. As they go down deep, the ball goes over the top of the try scorer, Tamia, and she's back onto a 10 before she's able to pick it up. She beats the first tackle. She comes to the next line of defence, too fast for her. And in there to make a strong tackle is Skylar Stevens, and she had help as well from Neofaitu, and they brought her to ground. But they come back through the middle this time. Cabramatta forwards as Chihuahua gets them up towards the 40. Manua to Carlo Law, comes out even wider to Law City. And she's tackled. No, that was Paseka again. As they come out, high tackle. Ciafale was hit in a high shot. So Piakala just slipping up around the shoulders. So penalty to Cabramatta. And they're inside the Greystanes half as Ciafale takes the tap. She gets to the first line of defence and she's brought down, but she made a good 15 metres before she gets to her feet and plays the ball. Carla Law gets the ball out to Paseka, and she's able to march through, gets a great flick ball away that wasn't caught by Ciafale. And it's a chance now for Devils to try and get something going. Hang on, we've got Mansu Piakala down. She's trying to get to her feet. And we can see one of the trainers getting out to Mansu, but she's in a bit of pain. That elbow, that left elbow of hers, that magic water's going to come out. It's taking their time, the Devils. And let's see what they can come up with. So acting half is Keely Bale. And she's got support on her outside. Again, Bale will give it to Keane. Keane shows it one way. And she's up over the 30 before she's tackled. She looked like she'd run into a hole there, Emily. They get the ball out to Laidlaw. She's got two support players on her outside. Lloyd's one, and they get it out even wider to Leo Combia. She's tackled just over the 40. Laidlaw. They get it out to Keane. Keane's got Piakala on her outside. She's tackled just short of halfway. She's trying to get to her feet. And all over her in the play the ball was Ciafale. But the ball goes out to Stevens. And Skylar is up over the 40. Last tackle. They're going to go the short side. And they get it out to Nikita. She kicks over the top. There's no one at home for Cabramatta. The ball's bounced nicely for Greystanes. Charging through is Emily Keane, but it's picked up by Carla Law. She beats the first line of defence. She comes to a broken line, and she's got some room to move as Carla Law goes down that far touch line, and she's tackled 30 metres out. She plays the ball. And Watson Ev, again, running with the ball in two hands as they find Chihuahua, and she's away. She's got some support here. Good pass, and it's try time. And this time, it's Ciafale. Elizabeth Ciafale is going to run away. There's support coming from, well, Jessica Laidlaw is doing her best, but in the end, Elizabeth Ciafale is going to score. So, another try, 44-4. That try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting, and payroll needs. Good, strong run by Anita Chihuahua through the middle. She got the offload. Ciafale just had to hold it. The cover defence came across. And in the end, she had too much speed. So, Ciafale scores. And who gets the shot? Since Tafna Tortor left the field, we've seen Watson Ev have a shot at goal, and we've seen Carlaw have a shot. Francis is back out there. So she takes the kicking duties back. But what about the piece of play from Carlaw back in her own in goal? She went through. There was no fullback at home. It was a bounced nicely for the Devils. Bounced into the in goal, but Bernice got back, fielded the ball, and then was able to beat Emily Keane, who was coming through the first line of defence. And then they were a broken line, and Carlaw just able to get to that far touch line and scamper 30. Francis, well, she's back on the field. She's back kicking goals. It's 46 points to 4 in favour of Cabramatta. And coach of the Cabramatta team, Jack Lakini, just running a few changes. Latia Tuitama's back out on the field. Obviously, Tafina Tortor's back out there as well. So a couple of changes taking place for Cabramatta. And again, we come back to halfway for the Greystanes Devils. Melanie Keane placing the ball on halfway. The referee just instructing the girls to make sure they're not getting offside from the kickoff. Ball off the tee again. 46-4, 36-4 at half time, so 2 tries since the break. Big, deep kick from Emily, and it goes back over the top. Getting back there, Paseka's one of them, but she doesn't pick it up. And look out, here goes Cora Natai Stone. She's busted through. She's gone too fast for them. She's just going over the 30, the 20, the 10, and in under the sticks. Well, that was a nice try. The ball went down deep. Jessica Laidlaw was throwing her hands up in the air. What's happened there? Not giving ourselves any chance as Cabramatta running amok. So that try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. 50 points to 4. She's got some pace, Cora. Nanoi Stone as Tafina Tortor gets a chance to add the extras. And pretty handy kicker. She adds another 2, so 52 points to 4. 10 tries. Tafina Tortor has kicked 6 from 8. And then the 2 girls who missed their conversions, Bernice Kalulaw and Tamia Watson-Ev. But 10 tries this Cabramatta team have run in this afternoon. And it doesn't look like they're taking their foot off the accelerator. As Francis is going to drop back towards the 20, which means they're going to make a change and leave 4 on that front line. So we're going to see a change of kicker. Nikita's going to have a shot and gets the ball down deep. Don't know if you want to be kicking it to the try scorer. He's just run 100. But she comes to the first line of defence. She beats 1, she beats 2. Jessica Laidlaw's bumped away. And here goes Cora down this sideline. Comes to Emily Keane, who's able to wrap her up. And also in there to lend a hand is Keely Bale. Manua gets the ball out to Carlo Law. She gets it out to Tuitama. And Tuitama, bang, into the defensive line. She gets the ball away. Great pass. Here goes Watson-Ev. She's got toe. She's going to score. And she's a very handy player herself. But Watson-Ev gets another try. It's her second of the afternoon. And it's now 56 points to 4. Try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. They've got enough plugs this afternoon with all the tries being scored. And Tamia, she's got the ball. She ran around one player and then had a look up. There was no one in front of her. She's got speed to burn and was able to power through and score. So Francis will take the shot. So this would make it 58-4. And that 60-point margin is getting oh so close when we'd see the game called early. 58 points to 4. Another converted try, and it'd be curtains. Good strong run from Latia Tuitama in the previous set in the lead up to that try. Busted through a few and was able to get the ball out. Yeah, Coach Jack Lakini, he'd be extremely happy with the way the girls have gelled. They've had a great start to the season. They beat Mounties in round 1. They beat Greystanes in round 4, and they absolutely wiped the floor with the Barara Wallabies in round 5, and then of course the washout round 6. So it's been a pretty good start to the season for this group of girls. As the ball goes down deep, it's going to find the turf. Jessica Laidlaw chasing through hard, but the ball bounces into Cabramatta hands before she's able to get there. And in the end, it's Siafale who's tackled. She's lost a boot. No, referee's going to say she put the ball on the ground and then go pick up a boot. And referee said, no, we're going to see a turnover. Can't do that. So a chance now for the Devils. What have they got? Best chance they've had for 20 minutes of football. As Bale gets it out to Piakala. And Piakala bumps into the first line of defence and she's tackled. Good strong tackle there by Nanai as they get out to Keane. And Keane, she was looking for runners and there wasn't one there. She's going to play it. And Bale gets it out a little bit wider. And a big strong run and then an offload to Piakala. Good strong run by Patiru there before getting that ball away. As Bale, she's got a runner on her outside, gets the ball out to Stevens, and Skylar's tackled inside the 10. Bale, she's got Piakala, but there's too many defenders here. Piakala's going to get met and tackled last. Well, how wide can they get this ball? She's going to go from dummy half. Good thinking. Well done, Keely Bale. They had a line set out extremely wide from sideline to sideline on the right. Cabramatta are expecting the ball to come from the dummy half out to the right. Keely says, no, there's a nice big gap there for me. I'm going to go in for a try. So Keely Bale heads up. It's 58-8. And they'll get their hands on the football again from the kickoff. So some light on this day for the Devils. And Emily Keane is going to have the shot. So right out on this touchline, taking the ball back, best part of 20 metres. And this is a pretty tough kick. Emily sizes this one up and waved away. So it's 58-8. But well done to Keely with that try. She had the defence fooled. She had me fooled. I was expecting the long pass from dummy half. She spotted it because she went that way to Piakala. They had 3-on-1. And Piakala attracted the 3 defenders, and all of a sudden, there wasn't much room on that blind side, but enough for her to squeeze through and score. 58-8 in favour of Cabramatta as we come back to halfway. Slow walk for Cabra. They'll be playing in our match of the round for the boys in the under-16s. Lewis Shepherd getting to New Era Stadium. It's one of the locals, burns off a bit of fuel. And we've got a tee out in the middle. Let's see what the Devils can do with a full set of 6 as the ball goes down deep. And it's picked up by Nikita. And she's off left foot, right foot. She tried to flip the ball away, and all she's done is flip it to the other team. So Cabramatta a chance as Manua runs over to pick the ball up at dummy half. She comes to the defensive line and they're going to push her over the touchline. She tried to throw the ball in, but good strong defence by the Devils. All went wrong for Cabramatta. Kiana getting over there late. She couldn't get the ball away to a runner. And then in the end, she's just manhandled over the sideline. As Keely Bale gets into dummy half, gets the ball out to Pia Kala. Mansu is up towards the 30. They're going to come back towards the middle. A good pickup off the feet by Stevens. No, that's not Stevens, that's Pateru. As the ball goes out to Keane and it's gone past her. Ball ricocheted into Neophytu. She's put the ball down. And then Emily Keane picked the ball up in an offside position. So Cabramatta now, they set up camp 30 metres out. As the ball goes out to Palawa. And she gets the ball away after she was tackled. As Johnson gets very close to that touchline. She bumps away from Keane, but she comes again. Still going is Johnson. She's running away from the defenders. She gets the ball out even wider to Chiwara, who gets the ball out extremely wide to Siafale. And she will score her second. And another try for Cabramatta. What about the hands? Shanessa Johnson through the middle. Got the ball out to Anita Chiwara. And then long ball cut out about 4 players. And out on this right touchline, Elizabeth Siafale picks it up and scores. So 62 points to 8. And Tafna Tortor comes out for another shot. So, 12 tries. As Francis lines this one up. And is unsuccessful, so it remains 62-8. 12 tries and 7 goals for Cabramatta. They took Tola Papa off after she scored 3 first half tries. We haven't seen her. She might just be coming out onto the field. In fact, yeah, there she is. Abby looking for another try. I'll give Emily Keane a bit of a tip. Don't kick to her. She's made mincemeat of the defence all day. Abby Tola-Papa, 3 tries already. And guess where they're going to kick it to? All right, let's see how this goes. 62 points to 8 in favour of Cabramatta as the ball goes down deep towards the sideline. Is it going to bounce for the Devils? No, it doesn't. It's picked up by Siafale. Siafale's able to beat the first line of defence. She comes to the next. There's a little bit of a break in play. The girls from the Devils suggesting that Siafale might have had a foot on the touchline when she picked it up. As we see Tuitama run it up through the middle and get the ball back to halfway. Where's Abby? She's, well, we've got a player down for the Devils, Leah Talangi. She hasn't been able to get to her feet after being involved in that tackle. So Leah Talangi trying to get her up. The trainer's just having a quick chat to her. So Marley, yep, she's right. Bit of water on the head. A little bit of air in the lungs, and she's... Girls having a bit of fun with the trainers out there. All right, so Manua, they'll go back towards the open side. They've got numbers here. And they get it out wider, but good strong tackle from the Devils. Let's see if they can get the ball out to Tola Papa, as Nanai is monstered in the tackle. So they come out to Carlaw. Look out, she's got Abby back on her inside. She's running at an angle, and she comes to the first line of defence. Bang, bang, she gets through 3. She's still going. Can they pull her down? They're going to do a great job. And the defender has come off second best, but from dummy half, away they go. And Carlaw will score another try. So that's try number 2 for Bernice. But we can chalk that one down to Abby's run. She just played pinball with the defensive line, and another try to Cabramatta. That try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. 66-8. So I'm assuming there's the siren. So this will be the last play of the game, as Francis brings the ball back. So at the moment she's kicked 7. Thirteen tries by this Cabramatta team. Tell you what, they've got a player there in Abigail Tolapapa. She's had a field day. They kept her off the second half. Coach did the right thing by the Devils, and she comes back on for the last few minutes and sets up another. Francis unsuccessful with that kick, but still, that's full time. So 66 points to 8. Let's go through these try scorers for Cabramatta. 3 tries to Abby Tolapapa, 2 to Tamia Watson-Ev, 2 to Elizabeth Siafale, 2 to Bernice Carlaw. So that makes 9. We had 2 tries to Nadai Stone, and Shanessa Johnson scored 1. Gisela Archer scored 1. So there are your 13 try scorers, and 2 tries for the Greystanes Devils, with Nikita Leo Combier scoring early and Keely Bale scoring a second half try. 66-8. They led 36-4 at half time. So Cabramatta go on with the job in the second half. Don't forget the match of the round action in the boys this afternoon comes to you from New Era Stadium, with Cabramatta taking on Guildford. Lewis Shepherd with all that action. Of course, long weekend next weekend. So we'll catch you in a couple of weeks for our female match of the round.